easier. I borrow still, I beg now, babe. I walk every street for you. It's drifted far away now, darling. The life I thought I'd lead, a millionaire without it, yeah, but none of this I need. I don't know where I'm headed, honey, no, I don't have a clue. But get there in the end, I swear the only passenger is you. The only passenger is you, guiding me to grace. And if you don't know where we're going, then I'll drive all over the place. The only passenger is you, guiding me to grace. And if you don't know where we're going, then I'll drive all over the place. All over the place, I'll drive all over the place. And I'll be singing that I'm the arrow, you're my goal. Shoot me forth and I will go. And I go and I go and I go. Get it up and go, I'll make a deal and it's for real. Now tell me what you know and sing I'm the arrow, you're my goal. Shoot me forth and I will go. And I go and I go and I go. Get it up and go, I'll make a deal and it's for real. Now tell me what you know.
Passenger. So, Joe, love song.
Yeah, it's one of those songs, like I mentioned before, that just falls out in the space of 10 minutes. And it was also a song where I thought to myself, like I said, I'm not going to put the word love in this song, but it's going to be quite clearly a love song. So,
can I ask you a question? If when you say you think to yourself, do you start that sentence talking to yourself, say, Joe?
No, I don't do that. I just have it in my head.
So your head knows who you're talking to. That's fine. Just
the voices in my head, I can streamline them and direct them.
What's that song? Voices of the Living, Voices of the Dead. Oh, Jar Wobble. Oh, it's a weird song. Going back a long time. Best advice you've ever been given, Joe?
Ooh. 2 pieces of advice I've been given. One was by a producer in New Jersey who I was signed to a production deal and we toured around all these big labels. And slowly but surely, the 2 guys that ran a production company, one I think went insane, and the other one just kind of fell out of love with doing his job. And sort of as the whole sort of contract thing was coming to an end, and the producer sat me down and he said, "Listen, don't let them take the craft from you." And I kind of didn't know what he meant. I said, "What do you mean don't let the craft from me?" He said, "Listen, what we're doing here may never go anywhere, and you may never wind up being a superstar. Anybody might never wind up being a superstar, but don't let that experience take away the ability to sit down and just pour yourself into a song. Don't make it. Don't let it become, chasing a demographic. Don't make it a job. Keep it as a craft, and don't let, music business and all that other bull take that away from you,
Sure.
Which you keep that for yourself."
Sage advice, isn't it?
Yeah, and the other one was Declan Legg, the guy who's actually recorded the album, when he said to me that if you keep doing what you've done, you're going to keep getting what you've got, which is great advice because basically it says, if you keep, chipping away at the same thing constantly, you're going to keep making the same mistakes and you're going to keep getting the same results, so try something different, It's just why I kind of did this fully acoustic album, because I tried several times before to record these songs with different arrangements and different bands and different people, and I never got the sound that I wanted, and we just kept hitting the same wall. So I thought, right, well, I needed to kind of clear the decks and get the shelves clear of these songs, because they were the songs that I've had for a long time. So I thought, right, just record them and do them the way people are used to hearing them, which is just me and the guitar.
It's very honest, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think that advice also works if you're playing an instrument, because very often if you know 3 or 4 chords, or as a guitarist you might have a particular key you like to sing in, we tend to gravitate towards that. So it's good advice. And is there a song, we always ask this in a workshop, so I'm going to put it on you, Joe. Is there a song you wish you had have written, and why?
There's probably tons of songs I wish I had have written, but if I had to pick one song that I wish I had have written, The Space Between by Dave Matthews Band. It's one of my favourite songs because it's just the lyrics are really good, and it's not your average structure, you know. It's got this dark sort of E chord type verse. It's
I don't know.
very doom, but the chorus is really, really melodic, and it's like something that came out of not a pop song, but a big inspirational song. So it's kind of the difference between the verse and the chorus is great.
The space between it.
The space between, it's called.
Okay.
That's got one of the greatest lyrics that I think, and it says the space between the tears we cry lies the laughter that keeps us coming back for more.
Okay.
Which I think is really cool. It's one of my favorite songs. It's got a great guitar riff, and
There's some homework.
They're an awesome band as well.
Well, they'd be on YouTube or
The video's
Spotify.
on YouTube. The video's great too.
Cool. Anyone that you'd like to play with? You haven't played with?
I don't play with Dave Matthews, but I don't think I'd be up to his level of playing because he's a phenomenal guitar player. But I mean, when I lived in the States, I spent a long time just copying a lot of his songs and learning a lot of his riffs.
Maybe when he's in Dublin, he might get you up, Joe.
That'd be great. Who else would I like to play with? I wouldn't mind playing with someone like Christy Moore. You know, I get the feeling that playing with Christy Moore would be that he'd be very good to you as a musician. That if you sat on stage with him, he'd be very giving to you on stage. And I could be totally wrong, but I get the feeling that it'd be fun to play with him. You know.
Well, you've mentioned established acts there. Is there anyone who you think we should be looking out for? Anyone you give us a heads up on?
Yeah, well, there's, like I said before, there's Declan Legg that recorded the album. He has recorded a young girl called Soak, whose real name is Brady Munns Watson. She's from Derry, and she's only 16. But her star is really on the rise now.
I've heard of stuff. Sea Creatures.
Sea Creatures. It's actually been nominated for Choice Music Awards Song of the Year.
Wow.
And it was literally just an EP that Declan recorded with her, and she has one of those voices that... But as soon as I heard it, like I was in his studio when he played me the EP, and the first thing came into my head was that she sounded like the kind of voice and song you would hear in a movie like Juno. It had that feel to it.
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
very cool.
Indie, sort of hip type feel to it, and she had this amazingly unique voice. So watch out for her. I think in the next year she's going to be just getting bigger and bigger. And of course there's Liz Seaver, that we both know from Scaries, who's this probably the opposite side of the singer-songwriter spectrum compared to Soak. I mean, Soak would be more of like an indie kind of, you know, I wouldn't want to say hipster because it's kind of like an insult nowadays, but it is kind of like a hip, you know, very cool, very chilled out type of music. Whereas Liz is geared towards radio, but I mean, it's geared towards radio as in like it's perfect for radio. I mean, her single In Between You and Me is just, it's got radio written all over it. You know?
Liz will be a guest, if not on the next show, the show after. So I'll tell her that. She'll be delighted.
So, who else would I look out for? Well, Ben Howard, but I don't think I'm really looking out for him anymore. He won 2 Brit Awards. I think maybe last year if I had said that.
You would have been hipper.
I would have been way, way hipper, but yeah. I don't know. See, I think it's difficult, especially in Ireland now, for a lot of Irish artists coming through. You know, I think that they generally want to push the same thing forward constantly, you know?
Well, originality is a key. It's interesting you say Soak because a lot of great songwriters over the years, Neil Young, Bob Dylan, Leonard Cohen, lots of people would have very unusual voices or very unusual styles, and very often we tend to gravitate towards the generic hit sounds, you know, so it's cool. That's I think it's good advice for anyone out there too who has an unusual voice or an unusual style. Keep at it.
Well, people who seem to think that originality is something, well, I have to sound original, so they go out of the way to try and sound original. But I think if you just do your thing, that's original enough. If your thing is pop music, that's cool. That's the original pop music from you. I mean, there's the same thing if you do indie music. It's original indie music from you. I think if you just do your thing and it's original for you and you do it the way you want to do it, that's it. That's the best you can do. And just aside from that, you're just going to be kind of chasing your tail.
Just before we wrap up, Joe, what are your plans for the next while with music?
With music, well, I was glad to get these songs out of the way, so hopefully I'm going to start writing a batch of new songs. I want to try and get away from the kind of feel of these songs because I feel like they all kind of got not the same sort of feel, but they're all kind of packaged in the same sort of, you know, they've got a lot of emotion packed into them. And I wouldn't mind just changing up things a bit different, doing something a bit more upbeat, maybe using some sort of electronic sort of tools to make music next time and be laying back on the guitar a bit. But we'll see what happens. I kind of haven't thought too deeply about it, but I mean, I just want to kind of get songs out there. I get people to listen to them. If anybody feels like covering them, any Damien Dempsey's out there, or anybody wants to cover any songs, feel free, you know. But apart from that, just happy enough playing them and people enjoying them, and you know, I think it's this great thing Paul Weller said that he found out after the Jam had split up and Style Council had split up, and he was kind of left not playing music for a while. And he said he sat down and he had a real crisis of confidence, and he eventually came out of that, and he said that he realized that if you play music, you play an instrument, that you have to do it in whatever capacity you do it, be it playing in a pub, be it doing karaoke, be it singing with your friends. He said whatever capacity you do what you do, he said that you're compelled and obliged to do it, as a musician, as an artist or whatever, which I think is a great way to look at things.
A lot to take on board there, Joe. And people want to download your stuff, where do they get it?
Go to SoundCloud, Joe McKenna Music on SoundCloud, and you can download 3 free tracks from the album, and then the album will be for sale in the next couple of weeks.
You keep saying album, but it's actually...
Album, well... I don't know how to call it. Mini album, acoustic album. It's extended EP, I suppose. EEP.
So people can get into the Joe Zone.
Yeah, into the Joe Zone.
Yeah. And if anyone would like any more information on Joe's music, as he said, you can get it there. You also have Twitter.
I'm on Twitter at Joellercoaster. JoellerCoaster.
Yeah.
You can check me out there. There's Joe McKenna on Facebook, which is my Facebook where I stick up random things. And if you see me, my name posted anywhere for a gig, come along, have a chat. That's kind of it, really,
You see Joe at workshops throughout the year and during the summer. If you'd like to know more about Songschool, you'd like to get in touch, you can get us on www.songschool.ie or on facebook.com/Songschool or Songschool_IE is our Twitter. And we're on loads of stuff. But look up songschool.ie. All the references.
Songschool, I think the majority of it comes up anyway.
Yeah, it's all one word. So listen, we're going to play out one more track, Joe. What have you got?
Play out Saviour.
Cool. Thank you very much for being our special guest on our special edition of our special thing. It's just special all around, Joe.
It's been special.
Well, if I must come clean, I'm not the man I thought I was, but living on half-baked dreams. To convince myself I had a cause and not all as hard as it seems. I do not have the time to pause, but you know when life lean. I did not fight to get applause and tell me now, hey now darling, won't you pray this morning that I wake from my dreams and I do not find tears, cause I've been so betraying, it goes without saying that I must find help to get us out of here, cause I spent too long waiting, a topic of much debating is whether I'm gonna make it through one more year now. But please don't worry, no one's in a hurry, but I'm gonna move, let me make this clear. I'm the savior, come to wave you from the clouds back down to me. And I'm the stranger who rearranged you, but I put the diamonds beneath your feet. And I reveled in my friendship with the devil, but now he's trying hard to bury me. Well, baby, my shoes are worn from every mile that brought me here, and honey, my clothes are torn. I've been a vagabond for many years, but now I've been reborn with a second chance to face the fear. So won't you keep me warm till I get myself together, dear, and tell me now, hey now darling, won't you pray this morning that I wake from my dreams and I do not find tears, cause I've been so betraying, goes without saying that I must find help to get us out of here, cause I spent too long waiting, a topic of much debating is whether I'm gonna make it through one more year now. But please don't worry, I know no one's in a hurry, but I'm gonna move, let me make this clear. I'm the savior, come to wave you from the clouds back down to me, and I'm a stranger